Alrighty, everybody. What is going on? It's your main man's Deon Malik again. Welcome to Deons Lookout. And today we're going to talk about health. And the question, what people are asking, what the heck is organic and non-GMO? At least I get that in my day-to-day life. These are the adventures of Deon Malik before he was that guy. I was the everyday common civilian talking to you, and I still feel that I am. And this is just a general question that I get a lot from the people who I bump into outside of the people who I usually like to create with. There's a world out there outside of my bubble. So if you are currently how I used to be, then this one is definitely going to be for you. Oh, by the way, yeah, we're going to do another special, non-special edition where I'm just going to kind of chill and just let me do the talking while I look in the camera, and you can look at Deon not talk. That's pretty cool. So you're going to get Deon talking and Deon not talking, because I find it more time convenient for me to do so while I get to catch up on some other things. Sometimes the sunlight goes down, sometimes I don't feel like using the green screen. Y'all get the point. If you're currently how I used to be, this one is definitely for you. And if you're currently how I am, then this one is still for you, because you could always learn a little something new, right? What I mean is, if you do not eat organic yet, or non-GMO, then I'm quite sure when someone recommended to eat this way, or said they ate this way, you laughed or made some excuse as to why the food you eat doesn't make you feel any less healthier than them. Anyways, as I stated in my Understanding Human Body System article, I went on this journey of self-discovery in eating organic and non-GMO to initially heal my little baby sister, whom has epilepsy, cerebral palsy, and brain damage. I want to heal her with no strings attached and no medicine. I just want to put my hands on her like my hero Jesus, Neo. Or Goku.
Forgive me.
I gave you some of my own energy. You should be able to move.
And heal her with my God-given superpowers. So before I knew what I know today, I wasn't as strict on my health as I am now. I was always physically active and working out, but you know, I still didn't eat the most nutritious foods. My journey got more deeper when I retore my ACL and medial meniscus. I initially tore my ACL back in 2007 during a martial arts tournament, where you can take a look right here. Now this is before, mind you, cell phones were as good as they were now. You know, a video phone was a big deal 10 years ago. I received ACL reconstruction surgery by my doctor, only to have it retorn, as stated again, in 2012. And because I didn't go to the doctor right away, it collapsed multiple times before I finally went in 2013, where it collapsed when I was at work. I went back to my doctor, and he wasn't the same guy that I remember when I was 15. He was pretty cold. He didn't even remember me, and he straight up tried to upsell me on using my insurance to pay him to redo the surgery again. I told him I'd like a second opinion, and he getting a little attitude at me, and boldly stated that the ACL and medial meniscus does not heal, cannot heal, unless you get this young surgery right here by. With my newfound faith though, I knew that I was not going, and this was not true, especially after my promise I made to my little sister that I was going to heal her with these hands. I thanked the doc, left the building, and I went to get a second opinion. A friend referred me to an acupuncturist named Sanji. You can add him right here on FB. Who single-handedly, this man Sanji single-handedly changed my life. Because he not only performed acupuncture on my knee, but he gave me a Reiki section. What? What's Reiki? Click right here and you're gonna find out what Reiki is. I hadn't a clue what Reiki was at the time, but he performed the technique I mentioned to my mom on how I healed my sister. So basically I did know what Reiki was, I just didn't give it a name. But it's basically an energy healing technique where you lay hands above or directly on the surface of the skin and you channel cosmic energy through you to a wounded area, which stimulates the chi, the prana, the ka or the ba, or whatever vital life force energy that you want to call, you know, let's call it the biomagnetic energy force that the Western people call it. That energy that isn't properly flowing in your body. And this is usually due to the illness that you have, and Reiki helps chi flow properly, and that allows the blood flow to do its work and heal up the wounded area. My man's explained all of this, and he even showed me his degree and a license to clarify his status. Mind you, I didn't have no idea that you could even get a license doing stuff like this. But nonetheless, he did. He had one, and he gave me an exclusive diagnosis and the diet I should be eating if I wanted to heal 100% just by looking at my tongue. The man knew what I ate every day. Now more and more was I becoming more confident in my body's abilities. When you got somebody that's telling you all this type of stuff, and you can't believe what you're hearing as you hear it. I knew I could heal on my own, but he took it further, providing me with concrete facts and testimonies of people who had the same injury that I had and they didn't receive surgery. You know, I'm sitting there the whole time just wishing my family was all there, because I showed them I knew I was on to something, but I knew they wouldn't believe me when I told them or even listen. So I would have to journey alone until I could achieve what I said I would do, or provide a community to show them these things exist. Thus, here we are today with Deons Lookout being born. I thought about your boy Derrick Rose and how he would have loved this, because I'm quite sure the things that he was doing was not what I was doing. So Sanji gave me a list of foods to eat and recommended eating strictly organic foods, but didn't necessarily explain why I had to eat organic. So he created a list for shopping for stuff I'd never heard of, like chia seeds and quinoa. He said I could find all of this in Whole Foods. And you know, later I stumbled upon a book by Dr. Dharma called Food as Medicine. Some called Jewel Oscar. It took me 2 more years before I finally started realizing that I really wanted to take myself as serious as possible. You know, I've been doing stretches and practicing meditation to go heal, but you know, I wasn't going above and beyond as I knew I could take it. Called Food as Medicine. And you can click right here and you'll see what I'm talking about. And it was this book where I learned the treasured secret I mentioned about how I wanted to understand what was in my food. So Dr. Dharma explained organic, and basically what he said was organic meant any food that was farmed and wasn't sprayed down with bug spray, known as pesticide and herbicides, to keep the bugs from eating the food that was farmed. Basically food that was grown naturally and not tampered with. They did studies on lab rats whom only had eaten non-organic foods, and most of all those lab rats got sick frequently as well, and they developed illnesses. And you can click this link from 2015 and you'll see what these people were doing. Man, I can't wait to actually start traveling, because instead of you guys clicking links, I'm going to bring the people personally here to talk to you, and you're going to see me in the labs with them. You know, these people aren't doing this for nothing. When they switched to organic foods, the illnesses weren't present in any of the rats anymore. Isn't that interesting? No longer in any of the rats. Dr. Dharma goes on to explain what non-GMO meant, and that took the cake for me because of how it worked. Basically, non-GMO means non-genetically modified organism. And all that means is your apple is an apple and not a Frankenstein apple. There's this company called Monsanto. Monsanto puts patents on GMO products because it's cheaper to make, and also they say it's more healthier, because they can alter the genes of a fruit or a veggie and even meat now to isolate its nutritional properties and make a better version of itself. They also do it to protect the fruit or veggie from eating the food, so if bugs try to eat a GMO plant, they'll die. Now, this would be good if these guys had any shame in their game, because they take the DNA from other animals like jellyfish, scorpion venom, flowers, fish, and they'll mix the DNA from these organisms in the veggies or fruit to make a new fruit or veggie. That's, for example, half jellyfish, half corn. So those Fritos you're eating, or these Flamin' Hots you probably eating while you're watching this, yeah, you gotta have something that isn't 100% corn, and it can definitely be a jellyfish. Like this jellyfish lamb meat that was boycotted in France. Take a look at this. jellyfish, lamb meat. Knowing this, if you wanted to eat healthy, you would have to always get wild or organic food, because this meant that they were also non-GMO, since organic products meant that they were fresh and basically untampered with. I started solely shopping for anything with a label that said non-GMO verified project like this, or organic, and like I just mentioned, wild. You know, if I'm out and about and I see a fresh tree or something and there's some fruit on it, yeah, pick it, you know? Ever since, that's what I do, or at least I try my best to do. I've slipped up and reversed back and forth from time to time to the Frankenstein side, but ultimately, my intentions, I know, have to be on these kinds of foods if I want to get the utmost nutrition I can get so I can eventually grow my own food. You know, what's interesting is, since my body's eating only organic food or wild food, whenever I eat something non-organic, I can taste the chemicals so easily now. Your boy feel disgusted knowing I couldn't taste none of this stuff before I went on this journey. I'd seen more studies on GMO food, and it was worse than not eating organic, because a GMO product alters and destroys your DNA, because your body isn't meant to synthesize jellyfish DNA with corn. And these guys are really sauce it up for you, telling you the opposite, justifying that GMO is saving the world by preserving food and allowing destroyed crops by the environmental issues we face globally to regrow. Yeah, it'd be funny to actually believe these guys, but alas, this is 2018. A lot of people will believe anything as popular opinion without doing any research. If they did do their research, they'd see the studies. Just like this one, on how lab rats who died in 3 weeks eating only GMO soy proved them wrong, like many others. See this? Yeah, like this. They haven't done enough, if any, tests on humans yet with these GMO foods, but I'd say common sense could tell you otherwise, easily considering how over 280 million Americans alone consume GMO products daily. And America is the only country on the whole planet to be diagnosed with all types of illnesses, and we're #1 leading in obesity. Oh yeah, let's not forget that almost the rest of the world has banned GMO products to even be sold on shelves. So what's the hold up over here in America? The world is a bit difficult though for my peers whenever the topic of food comes up, because they don't shop organic or non-GMO. So many times, I don't want to eat what they offer, and they take offense or make me the spectacle of the night because of my choice by acting like what I'm doing is wrong and what they do isn't. They buy whatever they like to eat and what they remotely think has a decent shred of vitamins and minerals in it without second thought. I don't eat for pleasure or live my life to eat. I eat because I want to live as healthy and free of illness as possible. And my food is the #1 cause of my mood. So I suggest if you're gonna go down this route, that you always have a lunch bag packed with you to maintain the peace amongst your peoples with their eating habits until they're ready to truly understand why you do what you do. Or you can have some KYANI products in your bag, so when they see you sipping on some healthy non-GMO food, you can give them a sample so they understand why you are so bright and healthy. Then, after they taste it, they will want to tell their friends and their family. You tell them if they want to spread that KYANI love directly, watch this video, then click here. And they can join and make money with your boy and you if you join with me while they dish out fruit pouches like it's snack time in kindergarten. Your boy Deon Malik, up here in Deon's Lookout, signing out.